When you think of beautiful birds, ducks might not be the first that come to mind, but prepare to be amazed. Across the world's lakes, rivers, and coastal waters, there exist ducks so breathtakingly colorful and elegantly patterned that they rival even the most exotic birds of the tropics. Some shimmer with metallic blues and emerald greens, while others display striking contrasts of gold, chestnut, and deep velvet black. These ducks are masters of survival, thriving in environments from icy Arctic waters to dense forested wetlands. Get ready to dive into a world of extraordinary colors and fascinating behaviors as we count down the 15 most beautiful ducks on the planet. 15. Long-tailed duck. The long-tailed duck, Clangula hyemalis, is a hardy sea duck that thrives in the Arctic and subarctic regions of North America, Europe, and Asia. During the short summer months, it breeds in remote tundra wetlands, choosing freshwater lakes and ponds as nesting sites. As winter approaches, it embarks on long migrations, seeking the frigid coastal waters of the North Atlantic and Pacific, where it spends most of the year. Adapted to extreme cold, this species is one of the few ducks that remain in icy environments, diving beneath the waves even in the depths of winter. Elegant and medium-sized, the long-tailed duck measures between 39 and 47 centimeters in length, with a wingspan of 73 to 79 centimeters. Males are particularly striking, with their long, slender tail feathers, sometimes extending 15 centimeters beyond their body. Their plumage changes dramatically with the seasons. In winter, males wear a crisp black and white coat, while in summer, they take on richer brown tones. Females, though less dramatic in appearance, maintain a subtle mix of browns and whites year-round. These seasonal shifts not only aid in camouflage, but also make them one of the most visually dynamic ducks in the world. Unlike surface-feeding ducks, the long-tailed duck is a remarkable diver, capable of reaching depths of 60 meters, 200 feet, far deeper than any other duck species. It relies on this ability to hunt for food, feeding primarily on crustaceans, mollusks, and small fish in winter, while shifting to aquatic insects and plant matter during the breeding season. Nesting begins in early summer, with females carefully selecting sheltered spots near the water's edge to lay 6 to 9 eggs. She alone incubates them, keeping them warm against the Arctic chill. Once hatched, the ducklings are precocial, meaning they can swim and forage almost immediately, though they remain under their mother's watchful care until they grow strong enough to face the wild northern waters on their own. 14. Mandarin duck. The mandarin duck, Ilex galericulata, is a dazzling species native to East Asia, particularly found in China, Japan, Korea, and Russia. Historically, it has been a symbol of love and fidelity in Chinese culture, often depicted in art and poetry. While it was once widespread across its natural range, habitat loss and hunting have led to declines in some areas. However, due to its striking appearance, it has been introduced to parts of Europe and North America, where small, feral populations now thrive in parks and wooded wetlands. Unlike many other ducks, it prefers calm lakes, slow-moving rivers, and dense forested ponds, where it can find both shelter and abundant food. With its compact yet graceful build, the mandarin duck measures 41 to 49 centimeters, with a wingspan of 65 to 75 centimeters. The male is one of the most vividly colored waterfowl in the world, adorned with orange sail feathers on its back, deep purple and green iridescence, and a striking red beak. His white facial markings contrast beautifully with his rich chestnut head, creating an unmistakable presence. Females, though more subdued in appearance, have their own subtle beauty, with soft gray plumage, white eye rings, and a delicate spotted breast. This sexual dimorphism allows males to stand out during courtship displays, while females remain well camouflaged when nesting. Mandarin ducks are omnivorous foragers, feeding on a varied diet that includes seeds, acorns, aquatic plants, insects, and small fish. Unlike many ducks that primarily dabble in the water, They are adept at perching in trees and even prefer nesting in tree cavities, often high above the ground. The female lays 9 to 12 eggs, carefully incubating them for about a month. Once hatched, the ducklings face an incredible challenge, leaping from their nest, sometimes from heights of over 10 meters, 30 feet, to follow their mother to the water. Despite the seemingly perilous drop, they are remarkably resilient, bouncing safely on the forest floor before beginning their journey toward adulthood. 13. Crested duck. The crested duck, Lophanetta specularioides, is a unique species found in South America, particularly along the Andean highlands and southern coastal regions of Argentina, Chile, Peru, and the Falkland Islands. Unlike many domesticated crested ducks, which are selectively bred for their signature head tuft, the wild crested duck is a naturally occurring species that thrives in a variety of aquatic habitats. It is often seen in freshwater lakes, marshes, and coastal lagoons, where it blends seamlessly with its surroundings. Adapted to both high-altitude environments and temperate lowlands, this hardy duck is well equipped to endure changing weather conditions. With a medium-sized, robust build, the crested duck measures between 51 and 61 centimeters, making it slightly larger than many dabbling ducks. Its plumage is a mix of earthy browns, grays, and creams, providing excellent camouflage against rocky shores and wetland vegetation. Though both males and females share similar coloring, they stand out with their iridescent green speculum feathers on the wings, which catch the light in flight. Unlike its domesticated counterpart, the wild crested duck's crest is more subtle, appearing as a slight tuft rather than a pronounced ornamental feature. Foraging both in water and on land, the crested duck is an omnivorous feeder, consuming a mix of aquatic invertebrates, small fish, crustaceans, and plant material. It often dabbles and upends in shallow waters, using its specialized bill to sift through mud and vegetation in search of food. Nesting typically takes place in well-hidden areas near water, with the female selecting a secure spot among tall grasses or rocky crevices. She lays 4 to 6 eggs, which she incubates for about a month while the male stays nearby to defend their territory. Once hatched, the ducklings are quick to follow their mother, learning to forage in their rugged environment as they grow into their beautifully feathered adult form. 12th. Common shell duck. The common shell duck, Tadorna tadorna, is a striking waterfowl native to Europe, North Africa, and parts of Central Asia. It thrives in coastal mudflats, estuaries, and shallow wetlands, favoring brackish waters where it can forage with ease. Unlike many ducks, it has a preference for open, sandy, or muddy habitats, often seen along the shores of tidal rivers and salt marshes. While primarily migratory, populations in milder regions remain year-round, while those in colder areas move south during the winter, gathering in large flocks along coastal waters. With its large, elegant build, the common shelduck measures 58 to 67 centimeters, with a wingspan of 110 to 133 centimeters, 43 to 52 inches. It is instantly recognizable by its bold coloration, featuring a white body, deep chestnut breastband, black-green head, and a striking red bill. Males are distinguished by a prominent knob at the base of their bill, which becomes more pronounced during the breeding season. Females share the same pattern but are slightly smaller with a more delicate facial structure. The combination of its crisp white feathers and vivid contrast makes the common shelduck one of the most visually striking waterfowl species. Feeding mostly in shallow waters and intertidal mudflats, the common shelduck primarily consumes small mollusks, crustaceans, aquatic insects, and plant material. It uses a sweeping motion of its bill to filter out food from the water and mud, often seen alongside wading birds in coastal feeding grounds. When nesting, shelducks choose burrows, hollow tree trunks, or dense vegetation, sometimes even using abandoned rabbit holes for added protection. The female lays 8 to 12 eggs, incubating them for about a month. Once hatched, the ducklings form creches, where multiple broods gather under the watchful eye of a few adults, ensuring their survival in the unpredictable coastal landscape. 11th. Red-Crested Pochard. The red-crested pochard, Netta rufina, is a striking diving duck native to Europe and Central Asia, with populations found in Spain, France, the Balkans, Russia, and parts of South Asia during winter migrations. It favors freshwater lakes, marshes, and slow-moving rivers, particularly those rich in aquatic vegetation. While some populations migrate to warmer regions during winter, others remain year-round in temperate zones, forming flocks on large inland waters. Adaptable and resilient, this species has also been introduced to parts of the United Kingdom, where it thrives in managed wetlands. With a sleek and robust body, the red-crested pochard measures between 53 and 57 centimeters, with a wingspan of 85 to 90 centimeters. The male is unmistakable with his brilliant orange-red head, deep crimson bill, and striking black chest, which contrast sharply against his white flanks and dark back. His plumage becomes even more vibrant during the breeding season. In contrast, the female has a more subdued elegance, with soft brown plumage, a pale face, and a dark-tipped bill. Despite their differences, both sexes share a streamlined silhouette, well-suited for diving and navigating underwater in search of food. Unlike dabbling ducks that feed at the water's surface, the red-crested pochard is a skilled diver, searching for aquatic plants, seeds, and small invertebrates in deeper waters. It frequently submerges itself, using its strong legs to propel downward in search of food. Nesting takes place in dense reeds or overhanging vegetation near the water's edge, where the female carefully constructs a nest lined with down feathers. She lays 8 to 12 eggs, incubating them for about a month. Once hatched, the ducklings quickly adapt to their aquatic environment, diving alongside their mother as they grow into the striking adult form that makes this species one of the most visually captivating ducks in the world. 10. Smew duck. The smew, Mergellus albellus, is a small, striking merganser native to northern Europe and Asia, where it breeds in taiga forests near freshwater lakes and slow-moving rivers. This species is highly migratory, spending the winter in coastal lagoons, estuaries, and large inland waters across southern Europe, China, and Japan. Unlike many ducks that favor marshy habitats, the smew prefers clear, deep waters where it can dive for food with remarkable agility. Measuring between 38 and 44 centimeters, with a wingspan of 56 to 69 centimeters, 22 to 27 inches, the smew is a compact and streamlined duck built for swift movement both in the air and underwater. The male is unmistakable in appearance, with brilliant white plumage, black markings along the back and face, and a striking black eye patch, earning it the nickname panda duck. The female, though less bold in color, is equally elegant, with a chestnut head, gray body, and white throat, blending perfectly into her surroundings. Both sexes have a distinctive crest, giving them a sleek and refined profile. An expert diver, the smew primarily feeds on small fish, aquatic insects, and crustaceans, using its serrated bill to grasp slippery prey. It hunts by plunging beneath the water, swimming with precision to snatch its meal before resurfacing. During the breeding season, the female selects a tree cavity near water, often repurposing old woodpecker nests to lay 6 to 9 eggs. After about a month of incubation, the ducklings hatch and face an immediate challenge. They must leap from the nest, sometimes from significant heights, before following their mother to the water. Despite their tiny size, they are remarkably resilient, quickly adapting to the wild waterways where they will grow into one of the most distinctive and captivating ducks of the northern wetlands. 9. Knob-billed duck. The knob-billed duck, also known as the comb duck, is a large and distinctive waterfowl species native to tropical wetlands across sub-Saharan Africa, South Asia, and Southeast Asia. Unlike many ducks that prefer open water, this species thrives in shallow freshwater lakes, flooded grasslands, and slow-moving rivers, particularly during the rainy season when food sources are abundant. It is a highly nomadic bird, moving across vast distances in search of suitable feeding and breeding grounds, often forming loose flocks in wetland habitats. With an imposing size, the knob-billed duck measures between 56 and 76 centimeters, with an impressive wingspan of 116 to 145 centimeters. Males are notably larger than females and are easily recognized by the prominent black knob on their bill, which becomes more pronounced during the breeding season. Their plumage is a striking mix of iridescent black, white, and speckled gray, with glossy green and purple tones on the wings. Females, though similar in coloration, lack the distinctive knob and are slightly more slender in build. Unlike diving ducks, the knob-billed duck is a surface feeder, foraging for aquatic plants, seeds, insects, and small invertebrates in shallow waters. It is also known to graze on grasses and crops, occasionally venturing into agricultural fields. Nesting usually takes place in tree cavities, dense vegetation, or even abandoned nests of other birds, with females laying 6 to 12 eggs. Interestingly, multiple females sometimes lay eggs in the same nest, leading to large communal clutches. Once hatched, the ducklings are highly independent, following their mother to the water within hours, where they quickly learn to forage and navigate their wetland home. 8. Falcated duck. The falcated duck, Mareca falcata, is an elegant and rare dabbling duck native to East Asia, primarily breeding in Russia, China, Mongolia, and Japan. It favors shallow freshwater lakes, marshes, and slow-moving rivers, where dense vegetation provides shelter and nesting sites. During winter, it migrates southward to India, Southeast Asia, and parts of Korea and Japan, gathering in small flocks in wetland habitats. While not as widely known as other ducks, the falcated duck is admired by birdwatchers for its striking appearance and graceful presence. Measuring between 48 and 54 centimeters, with a wingspan of 78 to 84 centimeters, the falcated duck is a medium-sized species with a uniquely curved feather pattern that gives it its name. The male is especially striking, with iridescent green and bronze plumage on its head, long sickle-shaped, falcated feathers cascading over its back, and a contrasting silver-gray body. The female, though more subdued, displays a beautifully mottled brown pattern that blends seamlessly into marshland vegetation. Both sexes have a distinctive pale blue speculum on their wings, adding a subtle but elegant flash of color in flight. As a dabbling feeder, the falcated duck primarily consumes aquatic plants, seeds, and small invertebrates, skimming the water's surface or foraging in shallow areas. It is often seen feeding alongside other duck species, moving gracefully through the reeds in search of food. Nesting begins in late spring, with females selecting dense vegetation near water to conceal their nests. They lay 6 to 10 eggs, which they incubate for about 4 weeks while the males remain nearby, defending their territory. Once hatched, the ducklings are highly active and independent, following their mother to the water, where they quickly learn to forage and navigate their wetland home. 7. Barrow's goldeneye. The Barrow's goldeneye, Bucephala islandica, is a striking diving duck native to North America, Iceland, and small parts of Europe. It primarily breeds in the forested lakes and slow-moving rivers of Canada, Alaska, and the western United States, favoring clear, cold waters where fish and invertebrates are plentiful. In winter, it migrates to coastal bays, estuaries, and large inland lakes, often forming small flocks near rocky shorelines. Though less common than its close relative, the common goldeneye, Barrow's goldeneye, is distinguished by its preference for more remote mountainous regions. This medium-sized duck measures between 40 and 48 centimeters, with a wingspan of 63 to 75 centimeters. The male is particularly striking, with a glossy purple-black head, a distinct crescent-shaped white patch in front of the eye, and a sleek black and white body with bold wing markings. The female, more muted in color, has a warm brown head, yellow-tipped bill, and grayish body, blending well with her surroundings. Both sexes have bright golden yellow eyes, a defining characteristic that gives this species its name. As a skilled diver, Barrow's goldeneye feeds primarily on aquatic invertebrates, small fish, and crustaceans, using its strong legs to propel itself underwater in search of prey. It also consumes seeds and aquatic plants, making it an adaptable forager. During the breeding season, females seek out tree cavities or rock crevices near water, often reusing old woodpecker holes. They lay 6 to 12 eggs, incubating them alone while the males leave to join other flocks. Once hatched, the ducklings face an immediate challenge, leaping from their nest to follow their mother to water. Resilient and agile, they quickly learn to dive and forage, growing into the bold and charismatic ducks that thrive in some of North America's most pristine waters. 6. Northern pintail. The northern pintail, Anasacuta, is an elegant and highly migratory duck found across North America, Europe, Asia, and parts of Africa. It breeds in open wetlands, prairies, and tundra lakes across the northern hemisphere, favoring shallow freshwater habitats with abundant vegetation. As winter approaches, vast flocks migrate southward to warmer coastal marshes, estuaries, and flooded rice fields, where they can find food in mild climates. Unlike many dabbling ducks, the northern pintail prefers wide, open landscapes, often settling in remote, undisturbed wetlands. With a slim and elongated body, the northern pintail measures 51 to 66 centimeters, with an impressive wingspan of 80 to 95 centimeters. The male is particularly striking, with a chocolate brown head, sleek white neck, and a long, tapering tail that gives the species its name. His gray body and black and white wing markings add to his refined appearance. The female, though more subdued, has a beautifully modeled brown pattern that blends well into marsh vegetation, providing natural camouflage while nesting. Both sexes share a graceful silhouette and long, slender neck, setting them apart from other dabbling ducks. As a dabbling feeder, the northern pintail primarily consumes seeds, aquatic plants, and small invertebrates, skimming the surface or tipping forward in shallow water to reach submerged vegetation. It often forages at night, taking advantage of quiet, undisturbed wetlands. During the breeding season, females build well-hidden nests in tall grasses or dry ground near water, where they lay 7 to 10 eggs. Unlike tree-nesting ducks, pine-tailed ducklings hatch in open ground and must quickly follow their mother to the safety of nearby water. Agile and fast flyers, northern pintails are among the earliest migratory ducks to depart in fall, embarking on long-distance journeys that take them across continents in search of suitable wintering grounds. 5. Wood duck. The wood duck, Ix sponsa, is one of the most stunning and uniquely adapted waterfowl native to North America, primarily found in the forested wetlands, swamps, and slow-moving rivers of the United States and Canada. Unlike most ducks, which prefer open water, the wood duck thrives in densely wooded habitats where tree cavities provide safe nesting sites. While many individuals remain year-round in warmer regions, northern populations migrate south to the southeastern U.S. and Mexico during winter. Thanks to conservation efforts and nest box programs, this once declining species has rebounded and continues to flourish in both wild and suburban environments. Measuring between 47 and 54 centimeters, with a wingspan of 66 to 73 centimeters, the wood duck is a compact yet graceful bird with a distinctive profile. Males are particularly dazzling, with iridescent green and purple head plumage, bold white facial stripes, and a deep red eye that contrasts with their chestnut and buff-colored body. Their glossy feathers shimmer in the sunlight, making them one of the most recognizable ducks in North America. Females, while less flamboyant, display a soft brown plumage with a white teardrop-shaped eye ring, providing excellent camouflage in dense foliage. Both sexes have broad, rounded wings, allowing them to maneuver effortlessly through forested wetlands. The wood duck is an omnivorous forager, feeding on a diverse diet of acorns, seeds, aquatic plants, insects, and small crustaceans. It often perches in trees and is capable of gripping branches with its strong, clawed feet. A rare ability among ducks. Nesting occurs in tree cavities, sometimes high above the ground, where the female lays 10 to 15 eggs. After about a month of incubation, the ducklings hatch and face their first major challenge, leaping from the nest, sometimes from heights of over 10 meters, 30 feet, before following their mother to the water. Resilient and quick learners, they instinctively begin foraging and navigating their watery world, growing into the brilliantly feathered adults that make this species one of North America's most treasured ducks. Four, king eider. The king eider, Somateria spectabilis, is a striking sea duck native to the Arctic regions of North America, Europe, and Siberia. It breeds in the remote tundra wetlands along the northern coasts of Canada, Alaska, Greenland, and Russia, where it nests close to freshwater lakes and ponds. During the harsh winter months, it migrates south to coastal waters, favoring rocky shorelines, ice-covered seas, and deep offshore waters where food remains plentiful. Unlike many ducks that prefer sheltered wetlands, the king eider thrives in the frigid open ocean, often forming large flocks that ride the waves in search of food. Measuring between 50 and 70 centimeters, with a wingspan of 86 to 102 centimeters, the king eider is one of the largest and most robust sea ducks. The male is unmistakable, with his brilliant mix of sky blue, orange, and black head plumage, topped with a bulbous orange frontal shield on his bill, a unique feature that gives the species its regal name. His bold white chest contrasts sharply with his jet black back and wings. The female, though less vivid, is equally impressive with her rich brown plumage, intricately patterned to blend into the Arctic landscape. Both sexes are powerful swimmers, built to endure icy waters and strong ocean currents. As an expert diver, the king eider primarily feeds on mollusks, crustaceans, and small fish, plunging to depths of over 30 meters, 100 feet, in search of prey. Its specialized bill allows it to crush shellfish, making it well adapted to its marine diet. During the breeding season, females build well-hidden nests in grassy tundra, often near lakes or riverbanks, where they lay 4 to 7 eggs. She incubates the eggs alone, relying on her thick down feathers to keep them warm in the Arctic cold. Once hatched, the ducklings are led to the nearest water source, where they quickly learn to swim and forage under their mother's watchful eye. By summer's end, they are strong enough to begin their journey toward the open ocean, where they will spend the majority of their lives braving the icy northern seas. 3. Harlequin duck. The harlequin duck, Histrionicus histrionicus, is a strikingly patterned sea duck native to North America, Greenland, Iceland, and northeastern Asia. Unlike most waterfowl that prefer calm lakes or wetlands, this species thrives in fast-moving rocky rivers and coastal waters, where it expertly navigates turbulent currents. As winter approaches, it migrates to rugged coastlines and rocky shores, often seen bobbing in the surf or resting on jagged outcroppings. Measuring 33 to 40 centimeters, with a wingspan of 55 to 63 centimeters, the harlequin duck is compact and agile. The male is a true spectacle, with bold slate blue plumage, chestnut flanks, and dramatic white markings on its head, neck, and body, resembling a harlequin's mask. These striking patterns make it one of the most visually unique ducks in the world. The female, though more subdued, has a soft brown plumage with a white spot behind the eye, providing excellent camouflage in rocky environments. Both sexes have short, stout bills and strong, webbed feet, perfectly adapted for gripping slippery rocks and diving in swift currents. An expert underwater hunter, the harlequin duck feeds primarily on aquatic insects, crustaceans, mollusks, and small fish, diving into fast-moving water to capture prey from riverbeds or ocean floors. It forages by using its powerful legs to propel itself against the current, often disappearing beneath the waves for extended periods. Nesting takes place along rocky riverbanks or hidden crevices, where the female lays 4 to 6 eggs in a well-concealed downlined nest. She incubates them alone, while the male departs after the eggs are laid. Once hatched, the ducklings face an immediate challenge, navigating the swift-moving waters of their home. Under their mother's guidance, they quickly learn to swim, dive, and evade predators, preparing for a life spent in some of the most extreme aquatic environments on Earth. Two, Steller's eider. The Steller's eider, Polysticta stelleri, is a rare and striking sea duck native to the Arctic coasts of Russia and Alaska. It breeds in the remote tundra wetlands of Siberia, choosing shallow lakes and marshy areas for nesting. During winter, it migrates to coastal waters of the Bering Sea, Scandinavia, and Northern Europe, where it gathers in large flocks in sheltered bays and estuaries. Unlike many ducks that prefer freshwater habitats year-round, the Steller's eider spends most of its life in frigid marine environments, diving beneath the icy waves in search of food. Measuring 43 to 47 centimeters, with a wingspan of 69 to 73 centimeters, the Steller's eider is the smallest of the eider species. The male is particularly striking, with a white head, black eye patch, and a warm, buff-colored chest, contrasted by bold black and white markings on its wings and back. The female, while less vibrant, has a beautifully modeled chocolate-brown plumage, helping her blend into the tundra while nesting. Both sexes have a compact body, strong webbed feet, and a short, thick bill, making them perfectly suited for diving in rough coastal waters. An expert diver, the Steller's eider primarily feeds on mollusks, crustaceans, and marine invertebrates, foraging along the ocean floor in shallow coastal waters. During the breeding season, its diet shifts to include insects and small freshwater invertebrates found in tundra wetlands. Nesting takes place in grassy or moss-covered areas near water, where the female lays 5 to 8 eggs in a well-hidden nest lined with her own down feathers. She incubates the eggs alone, staying motionless for long periods to avoid attracting predators. Once hatched, the ducklings must quickly adapt to the harsh Arctic environment, following their mother to the nearest water source, where they begin their journey toward adulthood in one of the planet's most extreme and unforgiving habitats. 1. Baikal teal. The Baikal teal, Sibirionetta formosa, is a beautifully patterned duck native to northeastern Asia, primarily breeding in the wetlands and lakes of Siberia. During the summer, it nests in the secluded taiga and tundra regions, favoring shallow freshwater lakes and marshes with dense vegetation. As winter approaches, it embarks on a long migration southward, with large flocks settling in South Korea, Japan, and parts of China, where it can be found in rice fields, estuaries, and coastal wetlands. Unlike many ducks that prefer year-round wetland habitats, the Baikal teal is highly migratory, covering vast distances between breeding and wintering grounds. With a compact yet elegant build, the Baikal teal measures 39 to 43 centimeters, with a wingspan of 65 to 70 centimeters. The male is unmistakable, boasting a vivid green and yellow face with bold black outlines, a soft gray body, and intricately patterned flanks. This unique color combination makes it one of the most visually striking ducks in the world. The female, though more muted, has a warm brown plumage with delicate mottling, offering excellent camouflage in marsh vegetation. Both sexes have a distinctive white-bordered speculum on their wings, which flashes during flight, adding to their visual appeal. As a dabbling duck, the Baikal teal primarily feeds on seeds, aquatic plants, and small invertebrates, foraging in shallow water by skimming the surface or upending to reach submerged vegetation. It often gathers in large flocks, particularly in winter, creating spectacular displays as hundreds or even thousands of birds move in synchronized motion across wetland habitats. Nesting occurs in grassy areas near water, where the female lays 6 to 9 eggs in a well-concealed nest. She incubates them alone, relying on her cryptic coloration to avoid detection. Once hatched, the the ducklings quickly leave the nest, following their mother to the safety of nearby wetlands, where they begin their rapid growth into one of Asia's most enchanting waterfowl. And nature truly is an artist, and these ducks are some of its finest creations. Which one was your favorite? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with fellow nature lovers, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on more amazing wildlife content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.